And today we're going to take a look at the Sweep Wings Juggernaut. It's an FPV wing. Ruben from Sweep Wings was nice enough to send me 2 kits that I'm going to be building up, and I just wanted to show you what comes in the box. Everything is packaged really nice. These are hand-cut wings. Basically everything is hand-cut, and everything's packaged really great. Now for this video and to show you guys some stuff, I went ahead and opened everything because it would take a while for me to unbox it all, but everything comes nicely packaged, everything is included. So again, we'll start with the fun part, a sticker. Awesome. All right, so with the hand-cut wing, this is roughly I think it's 48-inch, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not looking at the other paperwork. Of course, with a wing hand-cut, you're gonna have to remove some of the residual leftovers to get the wing ready to glue together. You've got both halves. The other side, very nicely done, very nicely cut. Nice airfoil. You've got a centerpiece. We've got the center section. And then what's also included, everything's of course packaged nicely in a little bag. We have the motor mount, hand-cut motor mount that's going to glue on. Winglets are included, and then the battery bay compartment is also included out of Coroplast. A little Velcro strap down for, I think it's for the GoPro. And then the aileron elevator surfaces are also cut out of EPP. So everything's included. Also some laminating film. We've also got our spars, and these will go into the wing and be cut in there. So for me, I just want to do a quick overview, show you guys what's inside the box. We're going to take a look at next the build process. Ruben recommends using some Gorilla Glue. I personally have not really used that, and I'm going to use what I normally build and use Goop. I like it. It's a little bit flexible, it's paintable, and it's clear. And so I'm going to build how I normally build with EPP and show you guys the build process. So next step, gluing the wing together. All right, so after you prepare the wings and clear everything off, which I still need to do, Goop is what I've been using to join wing halves. It works well. It maybe takes a pinch longer to dry, but it's clear and it does add a little bit of flex at those joints as opposed to being very rigid. So they do give a little bit, and in the inevitability of a crash, which definitely does happen when you're flying, it's nice to use. So once you get everything set, you're basically going to join the 2 sections to the center section of the wing. And then what I normally do is I glue one side, get adhesive down on this side, get adhesive down on the other side, basically bring the 2 together, pull them apart. And then I normally like to use just a little bit of masking tape if I need to have it held in place. But what's nice is this stuff is really tacky. It's basically contact adhesive that works well on plastic. And you can use some duct tape and just, or masking tape, and then hold it in place. Usually if you give it an hour at most, one side is completely set, and then you can move on to the other half of the wing. All right, for example purposes, since I've got 2 wings, go ahead and move this one and show you where this one is completely already glued together. So no spars, this one is completely clean. Then you can see it makes a nice joint, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna apply one last little thin bead over both sides before applying the spars on it, and then ultimately covering the wing. So we are one step down. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other side of the wing, and then we'll continue on, and I'll show you the progress as we build. All right, so let me show you how I put the Goop on. I just put a nice layer on one side, and then what I normally like to do is just sandwich the 2 halves together, and then you're gonna just kind of mush them around, make sure there's stuff on both sides, and then once you pull it apart, make sure you have it on both sides, and if you need to add a little bit more, do it, and then sandwich the 2 together. wait till it dries, and then move on to the other side. All right, let me show you where we're at with things. I have all my spars installed. This is the bottom side of the wing, and I have my motor mount also glued in place, just finished that. So I am using Goop, it dries clear. I'm not using the Gorilla Glue. It's just something I've been using for a while now, and I kind of like it, and thought I'd see how it works with this application. When everything dries, it does take typically overnight for it to really set. And I usually like it to sit at least for a day after I'm done, and then move on to the final phase of things. I plan to paint this wing, and the nice thing is it is paintable as well, but it dries clear, but you can still see where the lines were. And I did not use a hot iron at all to put my spars in. I just cut them with an X-Acto blade, and then I pressed the spars in. They're really small, so they just fit in nice, and the EPP just kind of formed around them, so I wasn't taking any EPP out. Motor mount is right here, and I'm going to clean that off once everything dries up. So it'll sit tonight, go through this evening, and I'll look forward to tomorrow pulling it out and doing some painting. All right, next step, painting the wing. All right, just finished painting the wings. Now it's time to put some lamination on them and make them really durable and strong. All right guys, a little update. Here is the wing laminated. I got my Elevons already on. I also use laminating film to make the joint for those. It's a little bit more work, but it's completely durable. Those are definitely not going to let loose. You can definitely do the tape method. I just chose to try doing the lamination method because I've used it before and it works well. I've got my winglets on. I put the winglets on with the Goop. Just slowly work a bead underneath, of course, for Goop, let it sit, and then I usually do 2 beads again around as I work the winglets to get them nice and strong. I also now have the motor mounted. The ESC is in place. I ended up kind of just melting this space out in order to get back at the motor mount, and then I filled it back in with some Goop. This one's not horribly pretty, but it's definitely going to be strong and work well. So if I wanted to, I could have gone back and sprayed it and laminated it, but heck, I want to fly this thing, so I'm getting a little lazy now. All right, also did my cover, and the bay has been hot wire cut. I've got power distribution out. I like my JST, I pigtail it off. The ESC for power, and then this is going to run any of my OSDs and then batteries and stuff. Of course, I still have to configure in here, so just slowly working as we go. Let me show you the other wing. All right, here is the blue wing, all laminated as well. I'm telling you, this stuff is definitely durable. If you've never used laminating film on EPP, definitely pick yourself up some, because you could use this as a battle axe in a war and I don't think it would fall apart. I mean, really, it's just so durable. So when I made this thing, if I happen to have something off and it goes in the ground, definitely not going to hurt it at all. So worthwhile to take your time. I'm pretty meticulous on my laminating. I definitely spent a lot of time on this one, and I laminated the Elevons twice, so they're really stiff. The EPP Elevons definitely are going to be fine, and then I used laminating film for the joint as well. I also, of course, use Goop on the ends, just like on the other ones, and I usually double it up over a day or two as I'm working on it to make it extra strong. Slowly building a bead up in the corner works well. Motor is mounted, did the same thing. I think this one turned out slightly better. Tried to hollow it out, and then I filled it back in with some Goop, which hardens really well, also sticks to the metal nice. And I've got a 1500 kV motor, Exceed RC, running a 7.5 prop. That's going to be my first initial test run. I think I should have plenty of power for this wing. My bay, same here, hand cut, hot wired, and then I also use Goop in the bay as well. I'd never done that before, so definitely this is the way to go. Really like the way it worked, and it allowed for the Velcro, which I love too, on everything. to stick down there, no problem. So guys, if you haven't checked out Goop, definitely pick some up. And the bays, it really stiffened it up too, which is nice. I mean, the wing is super stiff to begin with after doing it right and laminating it, but that definitely helps with the bays. And then I've got this set up. I didn't cut this in, partially because I was lazy. The other part was really because I wanted a little bit more room underneath. And I'm just going to plan to notch a little piece to allow it to kind of flex over. So I think it'll give me a little bit more space in the hatch. I'm trying to bury everything inside. So I made it slightly bigger than the dimensions for the sweep wing, the Juggernaut. So we'll see how everything goes. I guess I probably have maybe 2 to 3 more nights of building, give or take. I need to get the servos in for the Elevons, and then start working on the radio system, video system, and then after that it'll be time to configure everything and get it ready for Maiden. So not too much longer. All right, excited about the next phase of things. Let's keep building. All right, so here we are in the final stage of the build. I have my servos completely installed. The Elevons are fully functioning. I used small clevis from Great Plains to install these, and I really like the threaded rod. They just work great. Nice, simple, easy installation, and it's more than enough strength. These are a little smaller than the normal ones I use, and that should work fine. I'm waiting on some other big ones. I'll probably switch them out when I get it. Keep those for some smaller planes. Radio is installed. Got some Velcro I'm gonna put down for flight video. Got my motor prop, and my bays are cut out using Corona because I'm flying on 72 megahertz. This is cut out, but it's also cut out so I can run open LRS. My bay is cut out. I may need to cut it out a little bit bigger. Right now I've got 2 stacked 3000 milliamp batteries that'll install into this bay, plug in, and should give me more than enough power for a nice long flight time. Even though it's a small wing, don't underestimate them. They definitely can fly for a long time. So I've got another one that my Spartan that flies on the same setup. I have also cut and installed my board camera up front. I cut and installed a bay for GoPro, waiting on an official case for that. And then I have my antenna on the end. Everything in and glued, and really happy with the overall installation on this. So excited to get out to the field and Maiden this bad boy. All right, let's check out the Juggernaut out the field and give it its maiden flight. Official Juggernaut Maiden. Alright, ready? Okay. Are you on video? No. No, he's no video on it right now. Are we up on video? It looks for a slide, I'm pretty sure it's up to you. Is it good? Guys, there you have it, the Maiden of the Juggernaut. A solid FPV wing, small in size, but I would say it's definitely big in the FPV contention right here. Great plane, super happy with the build, super happy with the overall construction. Thing went together well, and everything is pretty much spot on, including CG. I mean, the thing just flew great right out. Needed a little bit of trim, and it was set to go. Definitely a beast of a wing for being a small one. It carries a pretty large payload. I was running 2 3000, so 6000 milliamp in it, and with the entire setup I was easily able to fly 15 to probably 18 minutes, 20 minutes if I really just took it easy. But again, it was just an initial first flight, and looking forward to more of the same. I've got another Juggernaut to maiden after this one, and I'm working on that setup as well, and these are going to be an awesome addition to my FPV fleet. So guys, this is not going to be the last time you see the Juggernaut on Stone Blue Airlines. So Ruben, thanks man. Sweep Wings, guys, check them out. Sweep Wings on Facebook and the J Clone on YouTube. Can't say enough good things about the wing. Guys, definitely one worth checking out. And from a nice guy and a well-built wing, this is definitely a plane to look at. We'll see you next time on Stone Blue Airlines.